If I had to choose between being a simp and a nice guy, I would choose to be a simp. So this will be a quick video, and it is mainly in response to one of the comments I saw on an older video of mine. And the comment basically said that I portrayed the simp as a good man, and I need to feel that I need to clear the air on something. So today we'll be talking about the three types of guys I have seen roaming this beautiful earth of ours: the simp, the nice guy, and the man. Now let's start with the simp. By the way, if you are a simp, then please just go and hire a professional. You have the money for it, and you are spending a lot of that money on a girl that you get very little to no sexual access at all. So please, if you are a simp, for the love of God, get yourself out of this position. Stop operating from a mindset of scarcity of women, and understand that your desires can at least be fulfilled by a hired professional. Okay, at least do this. That's what I have to say for simps. As a disclaimer, before I say this, that might sound a bit weird and unconventional to you, but it is what it is. It's my opinion. If I had to choose between being a simp and a nice guy, I would choose to be a simp. And why is that? Because simps, for all their flaws, they are honest. They are honest to themselves, and guess what? They are very honest to the woman they want sexual access to. And that is just a bad deal, but an honest deal. And I accept that. There are bad deals in this world. But if they are honest and both parties know exactly what's going on, that's very, very acceptable to me. Because if you're a nice guy, you're not honest. In fact, you are using dishonesty to get the woman you want. You do nice things for her, you being very nice to her with no reason at all. At least that's what you think. But women are biologically wired to know exactly what you are on about. Each and every woman that walks this earth knows that you want sexual access to her. And that's something that you need to understand. Each and every woman out there, if you are a nice guy to her, knows exactly that you want sexual access to her. And guess what? The very first thing that you tell her as a nice guy is that you are stupid. Because only a stupid man would seek the attention of a woman that won't reciprocate. You are telling her that you are willing to spend a very good amount of resources to someone who is basically fooling you. No woman wants a fool, so you have lost. You have lost that game from the very beginning. I'm sorry for you to hear that. If you're a nice guy, you are, again, like the simp, operate from a mind of scarcity of women. That woman you seek knows that in your mind, she's the only one for you. That tells her that you are very dishonest, because each and every other woman knows that you want the most sexual access you can to as many women as possible, because you're a guy. So not only you are telling her that you are stupid, you are letting her into that little secret that you're not honest with yourself. And that tells her that you might be something ranging from a psychopath to someone who is just lying. Women do not like liars. And you know why? Because they have a very, very certain kind of value they provide, and they do not want to squander it. So not only you are telling her that you are stupid, not only you are telling her that you are dishonest to her, by being a nice guy, you are also telling her that you are delusional. Women hate delusional men. In fact, they pity them. So my advice to you, if you're a nice guy, is to just stop. Not even go for a hired professional, because the issue here isn't the woman. Like in the case of the simp. A simp is a victim of a woman. It's the woman's fault, mainly. But in your case, if you're a nice guy, it's your fault. And you should come to this realization. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but someone has. If you're being a nice guy to a woman, you're not conveying to her the message that you are willing and able to act on your masculinity. And women are repulsed by this. In fact, women are more repulsed by nice guys than by simps. Yeah. And let me tell you this, as a nice guy, you might eventually get sexual access to a woman. But you will come to the very harsh realization that this is not the kind of sexual access you wanted all along. Because it's a kind of sexual access that depends on her mood, on her wants, on her desires, and not yours. And women hate that. Yeah. So not only did you tell her that you are delusional, stupid, and dishonest, by being a nice guy, you also told her that you are not willing and able to be the leader in the relationship you seek with her. And that is why you will never, ever actually get the girl by being a nice guy. That's why nice guys finish last. Because here's the thing. As a man, you understand something very intrinsic about your masculinity. You understand that the kind of value a woman seeks in a man is very different from the kind of value a man seeks in a woman. Riddle this for me. As a man, in general, don't you want the most fertile, the most beautiful, the smartest, and probably the youngest of them all? And you want a bunch of them? Yes. Yes, you do. And why do you want these things? What you are biologically wired to? And this does not mean that I am disrespectful to women. Okay, what I am talking about here is just when intersexual and interrelationship dynamics are involved. Okay, I am a humanist. I believe that each and every person that walks this earth has intrinsic value just because he was born. That's it. And that is why I want you to know that as a man, not only your role is to be the leader, your role is to understand your value. Women love the kind of guy who understands his value and is willing and able to leverage it. Yes. And why is that? As I said, the kind of value a woman brings to the table, she's born with it. Yeah. Most women out there are born with the value they bring to the table in the relationship. That makes it common. That is why the man, and that is one of the main differences between a man, a simp, and a nice guy, is that the man operates from a mind of worldview of abundance of women. He understands that he is the prize in the relationship because he is the rare one. And why is the man the rare party in the relationship and the woman is not? Well, it's not only that woman brings to the table value that is commonly found. No. It's because the man understands that the value he brings into the relationship is built. It's not a birthright. It's the birthright of every woman to be born with her value. On that I have no issue. It's what it is. But I also, as a man, understand that the kind of value I bring into my relationship is the value I built. And that is a very, very unfair and unjust truth in life. But at the same time, biology has made us men the leaders of relationships, the leaders of marriages, the leaders of nations. It's a big, big role that rests upon our shoulders. And it's because of the fact that we have the ability to build our value. Now, you might have a counter argument on this and say, well, can't women do it as well? You know, we live in modern society. It's about to be 2026 for crying out loud, you know. Don't women bring that kind of value to the table? Women are CEOs, engineers. They bring a good amount of money and resources into the table. Why is the value that they bring to the table not valued as much? And my answer to this is, as a man, you don't really care about that kind of value. You do not care how many degrees a woman has. You do not care how many resources she has. That is why you will see the hot 19-year-old be with a 50-year-old dude. Does the 50-year-old dude believe that that 19-year-old girl has any resources? No. He has her because she's hot. And he likes being around hot women. And that's very understandable and just. It is what it is. Because men would not seek the same kind of value that women seek in us. So when a woman comes and says, I am a CEO, I have a big nice house that I bought, it's $2 million, and I have a nice car, and I have 3 dogs, and I have 4 degrees, why can't I get the man that I want? That kind of man who has the same resources as you, the same degrees, the same house, the same dogs, the same car, he has better options, largely. Okay? And that's the difference between the value a man brings to the table and the kind of value a woman brings to the table. And if you want to be a man, and if you want to seek the right type of woman, you must first understand not your value, but the kind of value you bring to the table. Once you understand that, you will be able to leverage it and have it as a guide in every relationship you have. And that's the difference between the nice guy, the simp, and the man. And that's about it. Like and subscribe if you found value here today.